Okay, welcome back to our ambient composition. So we're at the stage where we've got all our sections written. We don't actually need to write any more music. So we're now going to structure our composition. So we're going to move away from here rather than looking at bar numbers now. I actually want to look at how long the piece is. So we can switch to time. So we can see here the whole thing in total is 1 minute 16 seconds. And we want a composition that's around a 2 to 3 minute mark. So one of the things that ambient music does really well, and one way we can achieve this is it builds up slowly in layers. So it doesn't just everything jump in straight away here. So if we go to our A section here, take it, Command C, and then paste it in again. Rather than everything coming in at the same time, what I'm going to do in this beginning bit is actually take out the melody, chords, and the bass. Then it can just come in with the drum part. If we start it here, we can see what that sounds like. Okay, that works quite well. What I'm actually going to do to save myself some time is I'm going to cut this in half. This as well. So let's just Command T. Take that out because it would be a little boring listening to that drone for so long. So we're going to put our drone here. And then we're going to put this in here like so. So that is like, let's call that intro, A section. And then we may as well jump to our B section. So now we've got a couple of options. What we could do is go with the standard composition trick of like going intro, A section, B section, A section, B section again, and then jump to our bridge, play our bridge through, and then maybe go double B section at the end. That is one option you could use. I'm actually going to try something a little different this time. I'm going to go like so. So I'm going to go intro, A section, B section, C section, and then I'm going to sort of mirror back on itself. And here I'm going to put in again my B section. I'm going to take this little arrow here because I just need to extend this out a little bit. Then I'm going to take my A section, just for a slightly more interesting structure than I'd normally use. Throw that in there. And then I'm going to take my intro and make it my outro. So now if we really pull out on this, you can see our current structure is going intro, A, B, C, B, A, outro. Let's have a listen to what that sounds. Okay, that's quite nice. That works as a structure. There are actually a couple of things I'm going to do just to make it more interesting so it sounds a little less samey. So for a start, I'm going to drop my drummer out when the B section comes back in. Just by, you saw that, I pulled that down and opened that up. And I am going to take out half the melody in this section as well. So just drag my playhead there, press Command T. Cut that out and it'll just make this gap when it comes back in a little bit more interesting feel. You'll hear this as I play it through because the next part of this is to mix and master it down. So I'm going to be playing through it as I mix and master it. So first things first, I need to get some of my volume levels under control. So I keep an eye up here. I do not want to see any red in here at all whatsoever. I'm just going to listen through and you'll see me playing with the volume controls down the side here to try and balance the sound out a little bit more, and you'll see me panning things out to the left and the right to put them in a different place in the stereo field, and it'll allow us to listen through to our composition, and I'll sort of talk through whilst doing it. So first things first, just start playing. I can skip ahead a bit because that beginning is fine. See there, I just pulled down the pad here a little bit, the chords, and I pulled down the lead a little bit because I thought they were too dominant in the mix in the A section onto the B section. Oh, I also will pull this out to the side slightly. I'm going to pan that out just to open up my stereo field a little bit, so that'll put that more in this in my left headphone. And actually, before I even get here, I'm going to do the reverse on this side of things, and let's balance out our B section. So again, just turned this up to boost it a little in the B section and thought it was getting a little lost in the mix. And then all I've done is I've panned out my chords slightly to the right, my drone slightly to the left, and then slightly further out. In fact, I'm going to push them out further out into the stereo field about there. And that's at 30 as well. I have my two lead parts. So that's just opening up my sound a little bit. So that should sound good. So that's the first part of my mixing done. I'll be honest with you, GarageBand's not great for mixing on, but we can at least give it a go and try it out. Obviously, if we wanted to release this on Spotify or something like that, I'd do a better job of mixing it. I'd actually mix it in Logic, but we're working in GarageBand. So here we go. So next thing is we go here, and we just need to add some EQ to each track just to make it sound a little less muddy. All we're going to use for this is presets. So here we go to track, EQ, drums, and let's make this what options have we got here? I always forget in GarageBand for whole kits. We're just going to throw refresh drums on there. That'll do for now. Oh no, we're not. Changed my mind. I saw the better one. Hi-fi drums. Okay, so this will just make everything sound a little less muddy. Next up, we have our keyboard, and we want to add an EQ here as well. So we're just going to go to keyboard, and seeing as that is our chords, what we can do is a pad warmer on there, just make those chords nice and warm. Next onto our bass. Our bass, we're better off going to guitar and throwing on an E bass EQ. Then our leads, let's go there. Again, keyboards, and we may as well pick synth lead presence. The exact same for here. Keyboard, synth lead presence, and then we go down here to our drone, and for this, on this sub bass enhancer because it's quite low. So I've just sort of thrown on EQs that I know will work there based on the instrument I'm using, and they should just make everything sound a little less muddy. So now if we have a listen to it. Okay, everything just sounds a little cleaner. What we're going to go now is go to our master. So master affects everything. It doesn't just affect this one track. This now applies to everything, and we're going to throw on an EQ there. Now we need to go down to mastering, and we are going to put on a dance music type EQ. That will work nicely. And let's just see what other options we've got here. Then here we go. We've put the EQ on there. We also have this thing called a compressor. So we're actually going to put some compression on it as well. Compression just tightens everything up a little bit. We're going to go to compressor tools and throw in this platinum analog tape. Make sure it's turned on. And again, that'll just squeeze everything together. So make sure you put that compressor on there as well. Okay, now this has now caused me a problem, because if we look up here, now we've put that compressor on, it's boosted the volume, but it's causing what we call clipping. So if we just play that bit again and keep your eyes on up here, you'll see that there's some red up in the top part here. There, just a little bit, but that's not going to sound good. So the way we can fix that without having to go and redo everything is we can go here and we can go to utility and put on a gain and just pull down our gain a little bit, not too much. Like so. Let's see if -5 fixes that clip. Nope, still clips. Let's go down further. Let's go to about -2 and see if that fixes it. Perfect. Fixed it. So now the whole composition is done, finished, and that sounds really, really nice. Very, very ethereal and very, very ambient. So I'm pleased with that. So we just need to go and have a listen through to it. So I will play it through the start for you to check out. There you go, a complete ambient composition. All that'll be left to do now is go share, export song to disk, and then bounce that out in an MP3 type file, and your work is finished. So have a play around with that, have a go at doing that, and I hope you have a lot of fun creating your ambient piece.